Hello, Kurt Jackson here with this week's Your Money Matters. We're continuing our series on confessions of a traditional financial planner. And today, we've been, the last few weeks, we've been talking about how traditional financial planning doesn't work. So if it doesn't work, well, then we need to really evaluate or find something that does work instead of just telling you that something's bad, there's nothing else you can do about it, but because there is. When I first became aware of some big problems with typical financial advice. I was in the mortgage industry for almost 20 years. After 2000, 2002, I'd seen my clients come back to me, clients I had seen before that were better off than come back and just gotten hammered in the market. I had gotten hammered in the market, we're doing everything right according to what we'd always been told. So I started to think about, okay, there's got to be a different way. So I started exploring some different ways. I started looking at what wealthy people did. I looked at positive patterns, and we noticed that the habits and the beliefs and strategies and philosophies of those that are successful, financially successful, are really different than what most all of us do. And that means that they're doing things differently on their way to achieving financial success or financial freedom. We call them prosperous people, just to make it easy. They weren't following conventional wisdom or the plan that Wall Street had created for them. Because you think about it, do you think Wall Street's, do you think their plan has your interests at heart or their best interests at heart? Okay? I think that's an easy answer to that question. What we've seen is that successful people, successful business owners, successful entrepreneurs, people that are successful with money, they were not investing in the stock market. They were not maxing out their 401ks. They were not prepaying their mortgages, they were not taking small mortgages and trying to pay them off faster with extra payments or shorter terms. They weren't saving their money in savings accounts earning less than 1% interest. They weren't working in traditional jobs until retirement age. They weren't deferring their taxes, their income taxes, until retirement. And they weren't putting their income and their future in someone else's control, which is what the rest of us are doing when we follow traditional financial planning. See, wealthy people, successful people, financially successful people, they don't follow typical financial plans. They don't max out those 401ks and cross their fingers and wait. And they don't put their dollars in trust under the control of the big financial corporations, Wall Street, the banks, the government. Many wealthy people practice what I've come to call, let's call it alternative retirement strategies. Okay, these alternative retirement strategies, they seek to protect your money, protect your principal, while still making sure it grows, rather than chase unreliable returns. But yet some of the strategies produce very strong returns as well. Its strategies and products, they don't have to rely on guesses and assumptions. The political climate, the mood of the market, or government policy. And if we do decide to do that, to try to take advantage of some of those situations, we do so in a calculated manner that still protects your money and positions you to grab those gains, to grab as much of those gains as we can when they're happening. Alternative retirement strategies recognizes that planning is of limited use. Okay? Because when does life ever go as planned? When we think about being prosperous, we think about being successful financially. When you do things that put yourself back in control of your money by using tried and true strategies that don't rely on luck and speculation, constant time-consuming analysis, or even a bull market. The strategies, the alternative retirement strategies that we use, they use proven, time-tested strategies, time-tested financial products. We recommend alternative financial products and solutions to our clients that allow them to get results while still protecting themselves from an unstable stock market and banking system. We have alternative strategies for cash, for income, and for growth that we've used that have been used for decades with clients. These strategies don't rely on speculation in many cases are mostly immune to market cycles and crashes. And when I say that, I mean we may be linked to the market, so we're grabbing those gains when they're there, but when the market goes down, obviously we're not gaining, but we're not losing. We're protecting. Alternative retirement strategies. What we do is we always try to take time to make sure that the numbers are working, that we know what we're doing. We're not just believing what we're told. We actually run the numbers to make sure that what we're doing works, what we're being told is true. It's about much more than math. It's really just a different way of doing things. Alternative retirement strategy starts wherever you are right now. Whether you feel like you're behind or your finances have experienced great prosperity, it deals with the money that you have now. And rather than trying to predict the future, the focus is on optimizing your dollars, making them more efficient, and putting what you have to the best use possible for what you want to do. Alternative retirement strategies, when we think about that, it's really more about, it's about more than money. We believe that our alternative retirement strategies really is a way of thinking, and it's a way of life, and it goes beyond just dollars. It includes health, it includes happiness, and the fulfillment that comes when we live our purpose, and we are able to dwell in gratitude and do the right thing to make us feel better. Our alternative retirement strategies, they encourage people to remain active and productive, contributing their gifts for as long as possible rather than retiring at some arbitrary age. We advocate you to keep working, maybe start a business, volunteer. Just because maybe you're working somewhere where you don't love what you're doing, you don't have to continue to do that, but let's try to find something that you really love. Something that if you did wouldn't be work, and you might, if you can make money with it, great. If not, okay, that's fine too. But you're going to need to find something to give yourself something to do in retirement. You got 168 hours a week now in your time on your hand. Some of it's going to be spent sleeping. I understand that, but it's a lot. Think about all that time you're working, driving to work, back and forth, worried about work at night. Those hours now are going to be more free. Maybe you're doing something you love to do. I love what I do. I see myself doing this for as long as my mouth works, my brain works. Okay, but maybe when I'm 65 or 70, I'm only doing it 10 hours a week, or maybe I do it 3 months out of the year. I don't know. It'll just depend. But it's something that I can continue to do because I love it. So when we talk about alternative retirement strategies, and it encompasses strategies, and it encompasses different financial products, things that you buy. Okay, and as I said, and strategies, those are things that you do. It's a flexible system. It can't be boiled down to a single product or a single strategy, because it really depends, because everybody's different. It depends on where you are, what you want, and what you're comfortable with. We found that it's really flexible, very flexible for the people that are taking advantage of it. So what we really got is a philosophy and a set of principles that really help to truthfully inform you about your financial choices and put you back in control of your thinking and your money. So that's kind of where we're going with all of this. We spent time on why traditional financial planning is not working, because you just come in and start, oh yeah, what we do is right and everything else is wrong, without showing some proof. It's hard to build that trust with folks over time doing that. So what we're trying to do is show you where things are going wrong with traditional financial planning, what we've found, what our clients have found, what other advisors around the country that we collaborate with have found. It's even though you are taught to believe everything, that everything's going to work out for you by following traditional financial planning, it's really not. So I hope you take some time to learn more about this. We've got a whole litany of videos. You can go back and check out more of ours here on Your Money Matters. We've got them all listed down below this one on our site. We've got a lot of other information on our site. We've got a lot of great information out there to help you. We're really, my practice keeps growing and morphing into things, and we're really starting to take a more of a holistic view of things, where we're not just talking about the money, we're talking about how you're going to live your life in retirement. I run around with several guys. I've been running around with them for about 15 years now. They're all 25 years older than me. So I'm living seeing their retirement years and how it's unfolding, and the guys that are really doing well with it are active. They're doing things. They had a better plan for what they were going to do. The guys that are struggling with it didn't have a plan. And you can literally just watch their health declining, and I hate to see that, and I wish they could make some changes, but sometimes you can't teach that old dog new tricks. But I encourage you to learn more about this and to really get more serious about planning what you're going to do in retirement, because it's it's so important. One of the things we've been talking about here, and you probably see some of it on my site and my different content marketing things. The divorce rate's growing fastest in retirement, folks. You've been working your whole lives. You didn't spend that much time together, and now when you spend time together, you find out maybe that you didn't like each other as much as you thought, or you don't want to spend that much time with them. One of those guys, pretty much, he and his wife lives upstairs, he lives downstairs. And they still do things. They're not divorced or anything, but that's just, they found out that they really didn't want to spend that much time together. So try to do some planning on that. Find out what your likes are, what you really want to do in retirement. Then match those up with your spouse to see the things that you want to do together. Some things that you might find that maybe he or she was interested in, you didn't know they were interested in it, you're interested in it. Maybe that's something new you can explore together. And then there's going to be things that you absolutely don't want to do, and there's going to be things that your spouse absolutely doesn't want to do. So they're going to just plan on doing those things without each other. It's okay. We've got if you'd like some, we call it Retirement Dreamcaster. It's actually retirementdreamcaster.com, and you can go and download a free. It's a little 3-page questionnaire, and then the last page is a budgeting thing. So once you figure out what you want, then we can show you. We can figure out what it's going to cost you to do it. And we'll figure out a plan to get you there. So just a lot of different things that we're doing right now. Just expanding how we're trying to help people. So if you found value in this, please share it with your friends, family, coworkers, anyone you care about. Don't wait. The earlier you start looking at things, the earlier you start planning, the more success you'll have. Especially if we can keep you from losing money in the next crash when it comes. And the way things look right now, it looks like it might be starting. I don't know. Nobody does. But thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy this. And make sure you tune in next week. And if you found value in this, you can also look back at some of our previous episodes. Talk to you soon. Thanks.